Hi everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are making homemade chocolate sauce, and once you see how easy this is, you may never go back to the bottle again. I can't wait to show you how this all comes together. Okay, welcome back to the kitchen. I'm Noreen, and this is my kitchen. Today we're going to make homemade chocolate sauce, chocolate syrup, like the kind you get in the brown bottle, only better because it won't have any preservatives, it won't have any weird ingredients that you can't pronounce, and it's just delicious, and it has a little bit of a twist. I saw this online and I wanted to give it a try. I kind of made my own adjustments, and I've made chocolate sauce at home for a long time, and it's cheaper. For one thing, a good bottle of chocolate syrup now, it's almost $6 a bottle, which I think is ridiculous for chocolate syrup. And it's because it's made with no high fructose corn syrup and no chemicals and what have you, but you know how that goes. So anyway, we're going to make our own, and we're going to start off with 2 cups of sugar. And my sugar is a Mexican unrefined sugar. That's why it is that color, because I stopped buying regular white sugar, because the bags only say sugar. They don't say cane sugar. And right, I only want to buy pure cane sugar, and that's what this is. I have 1.5 cups of a medium dark cocoa. This is Dutch processed cocoa. It is my favorite cocoa, and I'll share with you the brand that I use in just a minute. I have 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of water with 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. This is the kind of instant coffee I used. Very, very good quality. And I have 1 teaspoon of salt. This happens to be Malden salt because that's why I accidentally filled my salt jar with, and I'm using it up until I get rid of it. That's really a finishing salt, but it's delicious and it works just like regular salt. And 2 teaspoons of good quality vanilla extract. You use your homemade extract or good quality extract, and that's all that's in here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to mix these ingredients together. I don't want to say dry ingredients, because did you know that cocoa, don't breathe that, cocoa is actually a liquid ingredient. When it is properly measured, it is considered a liquid ingredient because overheat cocoa powder will melt into a liquid. Like sugar. Just like sugar. Sugar will do the same thing. This is a very important step. So you can put this in your saucepan, and you want to blend it completely so that it is cohesive and completely combined. Then what we're going to do is we're going to meet you over at the stove, and we'll do the rest. Okay, we're here at the stove, and I'm going to add my liquid ingredients to the sugar and cocoa mixture. I'm going to give my coffee a bit of a stir first. And now we're just going to give this a good whisk. Then we're going to turn this over medium heat. You don't want it to be too high. Cocoa will burn, and we do have a high sugar content here. The coffee was made with hot water. The regular water was just cold out of the tap. Well, out of my filter. But the hot water, I needed hot water to make the coffee with. So we'll give this a good stir. Then I'm going to put it over medium heat. On my electric stove, that's a 5. And then we're going to bring this up to a simmer. We're going to simmer it for 5 minutes. We're going to watch it. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like after it has simmered for the right amount of time. All right, we simmered this. I brought it to a boil. I turned down the heat. Now, when you are doing this, please don't walk away, because this is thick and sugary. And if you're bringing it up to a boil on a little bit of a higher heat, this will boil over before you know it. And it will happen like in the blink of an eye. So please watch it and be careful. That's how I know. Because it didn't quite boil over, but it did get very high to the top of the pot. So make sure you just immediately pull it off the burner, turn down your burner, and then I put it on medium low heat to continue simmering. completely. And look at how beautiful and silky. It's silky, and you can run your finger through it. And it's hot. But I'm telling you, we just compared this to the store-bought version that I mentioned earlier. Taste wise, there's no comparison. This is so much better. It has such a deep flavor. It's very chocolatey, and by adding the salt in there, it really does counterbalance the dark cocoa. The only thing we're going to do now is we're going to add the vanilla. Optionally, if you want it to have a silkier texture, you can add a tablespoon of butter at this point as well. Just give that a stir. Now you're going to want to store this, and I'm going to store it in a mason jar. Then I would definitely suggest keeping it in the refrigerator. This is going to keep easily in your refrigerator for up to 3 months. I'm going to answer the question is, can I make this sugar-free? And the answer is yes. I will share the recipe for both this version and a sugar-free version in the description box below. The sugar-free version is going to be a little bit different because you're going to need to add some cornstarch in there to thicken it up, because you won't have the sugar to add thickness and silkiness and what have you. But that's the only difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a jar, and I'm going to come back in a little while, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on top of some ice cream. Because how can we make chocolate syrup and not show you what it looks like on some ice cream? So we'll be back in a blink of an eye for you. All right, I went ahead and I took a little bit of this syrup and I put it in a dish in the fridge, and now I just wanted to show you what it looks like going over the top of some homemade vanilla ice cream. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. It looks so pretty. Well, that's how you make delicious and less expensive chocolate syrup at home. It's very easy, and you have all the stuff to make it already. You can use whatever cocoa you like, but I use cocoa from a place called the Prepared Pantry. I will leave a link down below.
Shout out to Tony.
Exactly. That's Rick's friend who told me about it years ago, and I have been buying cocoa from them ever since. And honestly, best cocoa that I have ever found, very affordable, and a couple times a year it goes on sale. I have used my homemade vanilla ice cream here, but it is a different version of no churn ice cream that is less sweet and very, very easy, and just as easy as regular no churn, but it has a couple extra ingredients that might surprise you. If you guys are interested in seeing me make a video of the homemade ice cream, please let me know in the comment section, and I will be sure and put that on the list for scheduling in the future. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a hype, and if you like it, please be sure and share it with your friends in your Facebook feed or wherever it is you like to share. So I hope that you give this a try. I hope that you love it, and until next time, I'll see ya.